Hey, we're back to doing more content together, and it's the end of March, which it's time for my. I haven't even gotten a name for this, but we're doing a quarter of the year wrap up for all my books because I don't do these monthly like every other person because I don't even read that many books.
That's not true.
That is true. Everyone else reads like the amount that I read like in a quarter in like a month. So we're having 22 books to talk about. And the way I'm going to do this, because I don't want to just tell you about everything because that's boring, is that she is going to tell you about the book and
I don't know about the book.
she's just going to tell you the title, the author, and what she thinks that I thought of it based on the cover that I gave to her. And then I'm going to make a one sentence review of it just to keep this short. And I want to practice the one sentence review thing that everybody did like a year ago or something. Or maybe I just imagined that. Anyway, we have 22 books to talk about, but we're only talking about 19 because I left out the 3 online only short stories that I had to read for school because those were boring. That includes Das Battle-Weib von Locarno by Heinrich von Kleist. I gave that 2 stars. It was totally boring. Dutchman by Amerigo Baraka, which I feel racist for not liking, but I didn't like it. And the other one was An Alpine Divorce by Robert Barr. That one's mediocre. I give it 3 stars. But it was kind of cunty that she did that man, but also, why did she die? Sorry that I spoiled it for you. Anyway, let's start.
So the first book is The Salt Grows Heavy by Cassandra Caw. Did I pronounce it correct? Okay. And I think it looks kind of scary. I have no idea what this is about. Probably something scary. Is this the thing with the fish? No.
No, it isn't. But did you think I like it?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, so The Soul Grows Heavy by Cassandra Caw was a very interestingly told from the prose standpoint book with a story I didn't fully get, but I also kind of loved the vibes. So I gave it 4 stars, and I'm gonna read more from the author. That was terrible. I don't care. Let's go. Next
Yeah.
one.
The next one is Snow Country by. I have no idea how you say that.
It's Yasunari Kawabata.
Okay.
What
Yes.
did you think I thought of it?
I have no idea because the cover doesn't say much, but I think you. I think you probably like. You always are so critic about everything, so I have no idea. Maybe this was good. But
I
maybe.
absolutely hated that one.
Yeah.
I gave it 2 stars. I couldn't stand the portrayal of women. The main character was dog shit, and the writing was nonsensical, as was the story. Maybe that's the style of this guy, but I didn't like it.
The next one is The Haunting Season, Ghostly Tales for Long Winter Nights by.
A bunch of authors. That's an author
Yeah.
collective, but it's edited by Bridget Collins. And what did I think of it?
I don't know if there are different stories. Maybe you hated some of them and liked some of them.
I hated all of them.
Okay.
This book actually brought me to the realization that I don't have to hold on to books that I have from trips that I liked. I bought this in London and I'm gonna unhaul it. I DNF'd it 100 pages through after like 3 of the stories were absolutely dog shit. And I'm sorry that I didn't even get to the one from Andrew Michael Hurley that I anticipated because he was literally the only author that I knew in there. But this was very bad, and I know that it's in the tradition of Victorian ghost stories, but I don't care, you're boring, and I didn't even give it a rating because I technically DNF'd it, but if it would probably be a 1 or a 2.
The next one is Sacrifice to the Shark Clan by. I can't read it.
Satomichi.
Yeah. I think you liked it because you like the shark stuff. I don't know.
Yeah, I liked it. I gave it 4 stars. It was a BL with a very messy Omegaverse system. I don't get why the men are called women, but there is also real women, but they don't mate with the women. So why are the women there? I don't get it. But yeah, it was a rare BL highlight for me. I gave it 4 stars, and the shark guy was very hot and had 2 very special appendages. So love that.
The next one is The Fox Wife by Yang Zi-chu. Is that correct?
Well enough, yeah.
Good. I'm not really sure. Maybe you liked it because Fox sounds good.
I love this one.
Oh, that's
This
nice.
was a 5-star for me. I really love the main character, and this had an ongoing theme for this year: the first non-toxic older male protagonist in the second story, and I kind of really enjoyed that. I love how whimsical it was, and the story really moved me. So it's 5 stars.
Oh, whimsical. The next one is Bear Town by Frederick Beckman, and I'm not sure. You probably didn't like it.
I loved it.
Oh.
It's 5 stars, actually. I thought the characters were kind of cliche, but they were so human, and there's so many of them that the whole ensemble is crazy, and he handled the respective tragic topic with more care than I ever expected from a male author. And while I don't care to read anything else from Frederick Bachman because it doesn't really interest me, nor do I want to continue in the series, this one was great.
Then we have Faust, and I know you hated it. You hated it.
Read Faust part 1. I won't do part 2 for school, and it is absolutely terrible. 1 star. I don't care that it's a classic. She's 14. That's all I'm gonna say about it.
Then Nick the Drunkard. We already know you hated it. I hated it too because you already told me about it.
Yeah, we made an entire video about it, but it's terrible, gross, and just ew. I don't know how anybody could get horny for that. Bye.
Then The Jesus Injection by Eric Andrews Katz. I don't know. I think you didn't like it. You already told me about it, but I can't remember.
Yeah, I made an entire video about this, but this was better than I expected. I actually gave it 4 stars.
Oh.
And it's a kind of forgettable James Bond story with a bunch of cliches and a very James Bond-esque main gay character. He's totally a man, but who cares? And yeah, it was surprisingly fun. So just for that factor, I gave it 4 stars.
Then we have Feindesland Part 3. I don't know. You probably didn't like it. I have no idea what this even is.
Yeah, I didn't like it. I gave that 2 stars. This was part of the whole gay unhinged book haul I did. I haven't even gotten further into that, by the way. I'm gonna do more videos once I pick more up than that. But yeah, that story was so short, and I obviously don't have the context because I didn't read the other books, but this was kind of an AU fanfic of the other books, and it was so weird, and I didn't like it. And it's kind of Omegaverse because there's a lot of getting pregnant, but no, that was not for me. 2 stars.
Yeah. Then we have Human Acts by Han Kang. Maybe you liked it.
Yeah, I did.
Good.
I gave it 4 stars. This is a Nobel Prize winning author, and I never expected to actually get it, nor do I actually want to pick up anything else from them because I am scared to not get it. But this book was very good. It deals with the casualties and horror of civil war very well, and just draws some interesting parallels through everything that's happening always, because and shows very well how cruel a government can be to its own people. I really liked it. 4 stars.
Then we have The Terror by Dan Simmons. And I think, I don't know. I think you didn't like it.
I absolutely hated it.
Yeah.
I made an entire video about it where I ranted about it. It's technically no rating because I DNF'd it, but the characters were terrible. The phrase, his endless orgasm in the platypus pond, will forever be stuck in my mind for how much I hated it. Why are there sex scenes in there? The male characters are terrible. The female characters are also terrible because they're written by a man. Absolutely horrid. The monster didn't even show up. I don't know why the monster was even included. Go away, Dan Simmons. I don't like you.
And we have More Than Just One Night by Iroha Usui.
Yeah, the one that I have to blur up the cover because I got banned again.
Yeah, I don't know, because you don't like a lot of PL books because you always think they are unrealistic, but I don't know if you like this one.
Yeah, I didn't like it. 2 stars again. Yeah, I think the Shark Clan one was the only one I actually liked this year. But this one, the characters were pretty much like stone, they just did it, but without any feelings, and the smut wasn't even that hot, and I didn't like the characters, and the story was ass. So no, that was 2 stars. And I hate that it always gets me banned from YouTube once I show it. Like, I'm sorry, but like the cover is not that explicit. Like, you see all them, but like you see no one of their genitals. So like, what the hell is wrong?
Then we have, I don't even know how to say this, Saculina
yeah.
by Philip Fracassi. And I think you liked it, maybe? No,
I didn't. I give it 2 stars as well. It was short, at least, but it had the most standard cosmic horror tropes you could imagine. The characters were horrible. I hate men. I don't want to read descriptions of characters' nose hair. And while the horror in itself is unique, the way it ends and plays out is totally predictable and doesn't go away.
Then we have The Convenience Store by the Sea by Sonoko Mashida, sorry. I don't know, looks cute. Maybe you liked it.
I did like it. I had a lot of issues, especially with how it was so focused on the description of characters' bodies, and but like the food descriptions were amazing, and it's whimsical, which I mean, again, not totally what I expected to like this year, but there's a theme here that I like whimsical things, and again, like some of the interconnected short stories were good, some of them were not so, but overall I give 4 stars.
Then we have Endlich 18, raus ins Leben, 101 Lifehacks. You probably hated it.
Burn it. Like, that one was 1 star. This was 1999. My aunt could have bought me a real book for that price. I'm sorry, but no, that's not worth it. And this one was like, all the tips are surface level at best, and the way it speaks about parents and how they always loved you, they always did the best for you, you should always forgive them, and if it's just for being alive, is so hella toxic. Especially in the paragraph under that, it even says, oh no, but if they're really toxic, you can cut them off. So like, like you also like want to convince me that I should, like, no, absolutely terrible. And for Simone, that gave this book 5 stars on 2 separate occasions, are you like 35 and still haven't figured out life? Because I, at the point of reading this, was 18 for a day and I still hated it. So
then we have Afterglow by Waki Moko Waka C. I don't know. Yeah, I got you that. And I know you didn't really like it because, I don't know, the guys were...
Yeah,
weird.
2 stars. I don't have a so the last sex scene wasn't for me, and overall the story was kind of bland, and while I kind of love that the main character is so tattooed and like that the art is real beautiful, the story was just ass, so 2 stars.
Then we have The Gloaming by Kirsty Logan, and I know you liked it, I think, because it's with the lesbian mermaids.
Yeah, it is my favorite book of 2026 so far. It's 5 stars. I love the atmosphere and the kind of like low fantasy, very melancholical, lesbian, messy, longing stuff that goes on in there. I need all the books from the author yesterday and loved it. Yeah, all I can say about it.
Then The Fisherman by John Langan. I don't know. I'm not sure about this. Did you like it? You already told me, but I can't remember. Probably not, because this is the one with the weird fish skull things.
No, I did like that one. This is the last book I read for this quarter. We're actually like finished with this. So I liked it. I read it for a book club that I'm going to be part of in a few days. And I really liked it. It has the second non-toxic older male main character of this year. And surprised, but like this is totally propaganda to get me to think that straight men have feelings, which isn't true. Don't try to convince me of that. But the book was good, and the cosmic horror was easy to, not easy, but like it was consumable, which is not often the case because that shit can be very weird. So I liked it. Overall, I think that yeah, we can do like superlatives. So like the longest one was The Terror, was horrible. The shortest one was like one of the short story things, probably. I think it's like Das Bettelweib von Locarno, which is a terrible book, was the shortest one. The most beautiful cover, in my opinion, is The Gloaming. I am in love with that one. Do you have a most beautiful cover?
I would also say The Gloaming, because I don't know, it's just colorful and I like it.
Yeah, I had a lot of striking like covers this time. I also like the one from the Fisherman because I love it when they do like something unique with how the title is like constructed.
Mm.
And I also really like the one from the Fox Wife as well as the Convenience Store by the Sea. But overall, I really do like it. And I think the most ugly one is the self-help one because why? That book is ugly in and out. But yeah, and I hope you enjoyed this video. I just needed to do some kind of wrap up, and this is the only thing I came up with.
Yay.
Yeah. Watch my other videos, please. There's a new vlog coming out next week, which I know nobody will gonna watch, but
I
I'm
will
working
watch
on
it.
And I'm sorry that I missed the upload, but if you like follow this channel like really hard, you know that I did an upload, but I hated the video, so I deleted it again. And I made shorts. Okay, I made shorts. So see you next time again. Bye.